Started. All right, so um, why don't we just start with some recognition? If anybody does have anybody they want to shout out this week and recognize, you can just go ahead and unmute yourself.
I do.
Okay, awesome, Janelle.
I want to shout out Holly. She has been kicking butt in all her coach trainings and new coach mentorship, and she's just doing all the things. She's doing everything right, and I know it's going to pay off in the long run. So I just wanted to shout her out for all her hard work.
Yay. Awesome. I totally agree, Holly. You've been in like whatever group is happening, you're in there and you're like so consistent with showing up, and success leaves clues because here you are, Emerald, and you're just doing awesome. So your posts are great. You're doing all the right things. So awesome job. Anyone else? Well, Janelle, I'm going to shout you out because you are 1-star qualifying today. And oh my gosh, this is such a big deal, you guys. And Janelle and I had a call at the beginning of the month, and I was like, it's happening this month. Like, you're doing this month. And that's what this takes. Like, when I decided to go 5-star, which was like a year ago, this time of year, I was like, I'm doing it. Like, I literally remember being in the car, dropping my son off at daycare, and it was in the morning, and I was feeling kind of defeated. Like, I just don't think it's going to happen. And then I was like, screw it. I am making it happen. This is happening. And I made it happen. Like, when you focus on something and when you are like non-negotiable, no matter what, like, you can literally move mountains when you take that mindset in the business, in your life, like in anything. When you have that mindset, you will literally make it happen. And like, the stars align because you are so focused on making it happen. And that is exactly what Janelle did. And like, at the last part of the month, it all fell together. And so now so what 1-star qualifying means is that she has a diamond on her team. Sorry, I'm just going to mute. And now if she holds her qualifying rank for 6 weeks, she will officially be a 1-star diamond coach. And with this comes like such awesome things because she will get invited to the New Leaders Conference in LA, which is something that I went to a couple of years ago. Camille went to last year. It's an amazing, amazing event. You get your hotel paid for. Like, it's so awesome to be like, like, fly out to LA, spend a few days there with like a really awesome group of coaches who are all moving their businesses forward too. So it's an amazing opportunity. Plus, she will earn her spot on the retreat that I'm hosting if she wants to attend that. So lots of exciting things, and I'm just really, really proud of her, and her whole team is doing awesome. So anybody else have recognition? No? Okay. All right, let's talk about the planner. I'm so excited that a lot of you guys are getting it. Jennifer's got hers in her hands. This planner, oh, and there's Jessica's. Yes, the gold. I just ordered the gold. I'm really excited about it. I love my pink one, but I'm ready for a change. So, I mean, if you guys like were here a year ago, or like, I guess not quite a year ago, but in January, I got this planner and I just like dove into it, and I have been so consistent with it. And there is like so many amazing things in this planner. And yes, I get that it can be overwhelming because there's just so much stuff, but it will change your life. This planner, I assure you, it will change your life. And the really cool thing is that I'm encouraging everybody to go ahead and get this planner so that we can use it in the coming year. And I would love for like the first call of every month, we'll talk about other stuff, but a big part of it will be like planning out our month, using this planner, reflecting on the previous month so we can like set some really good goals, attainable goals. And I think it's just really going to help us in our business and in our life as well. So I posted a link that you guys can all use to purchase your planner. You can get the dated or the undated. I don't think it really matters in the long run. I think the dated, it's like specific. It doesn't start in January. I don't know when it starts. So just look into that a little bit. I always just go for the undated, but this is amazing. And I have heard that it takes a little bit to get here. Like I ordered mine last year and it took like a month or maybe more to arrive. So don't wait until like December to get this. If you want to use it for January, I would definitely, make it a priority to get it well before then, just so you're not left hanging. And then let's talk about bingo. So last month we did bingo, which I thought was really fun. I know that when I was in the, beginning phases of building my business, things like that always like lit a fire under me. And I was like, oh, I'm winning. Like whatever it is, like whether it's like literally just recognition or if it's a shirt or money, I'm winning it. So I thought that would be really fun. And it seems like you guys enjoyed that as well. I did a post in there, I think yesterday or the day before, just saying like, drop your bingo cards because I just can't go back through and like scroll to see all the bingo winners. So just make sure that you upload your picture into that thread. And then in the next couple of days, I'll like go through it all and just close out that thread. And then I'll be in contact with those of you who had bingo. So that was awesome. Good job. Lots of momentum. And then the new coach workshop will be kicking off on Monday. So this is like the 14-day new coach workshop. Lots of new coaches. Like I know Holly, you went through that. I think Haley's in it right now. I'm just kind of looking around at some names. But if you do have a new coach, get her into this new coach workshop. I think it's effective. Like I hope it's effective. I think that, and maybe Holly can even chime in, the whole point of this workshop is not to give information. The whole point is to have coaches not feel overwhelmed, because when coaches sign up these days, there is so much information. There is so many groups and links and emails, like just so much stuff. All I wanted to do was make something so simple that would just get a coach doing the behaviors that she needed to do. Because as a new coach, and even like before you have a team, all you need to worry about is filling out your Success Club tracker and posting. Like literally that's it. You don't need to worry about anything else. And I think that new coaches come into the business and they're like, I got to do the tracker, I got to post, and I've got this training and this message thread, and ooh, I should do this, and oh, should I start a group? And maybe I need to build a team page, and like it just gets so overwhelming that they end up doing nothing. But if we can just get new coaches to start taking action, the rest will come. Like they don't need to know what Success Club is in their first 14 days. They don't need to know Emerald Rank. They don't need to know how to send a link or even anything about the back office, because they don't need to know that until they have customers. And in the 14 days is just all about accountability, consistency, and just building those habits and getting those habits ingrained into you. So, side note, and I haven't actually told anyone this yet, but I'm going to be talking about this very thing on the National Wake Up Call in like a week. Yeah. I was asked this week, well, I guess it was like a week ago, right before I went on my retreat, I had a voice message from like 2 of our corporate guys, and they were like, congratulations, we want you to speak on the National Wake Up Call. And I'm like, I actually sent back a puke emoji. That was like my way of responding. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot speak on the National Wake Up Call. So hopefully this new coach training is really effective, because that's what I'm talking about on the National Wake Up Call. So yes, that will be on Thanksgiving Monday on October 14th. I'll be doing that. So, oh my God, wish me luck. Anyways, that feels nice to get that off my chest a little bit. Yeah, so that's just kind of all my updates that I wanted to touch base with you guys on. But I also wanted to really just focus this call on the month ahead. And I think that I do talk about this quite a bit, but I think that we just need to hear things over and over and over again. And having a marketing plan for your business is really, really important. It prevents you from getting to the end of the month and like hustling to hit Success Club in those last few days. It takes away a lot of overwhelm. It will take away that feeling of like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be talking about right now, or I don't know. Do I talk about coaching? Should I do a free group, or should I, talk about my challenge group or the 3-month membership or collagen or energize? Like you just kind of like, it's almost like a new coach. And then what do? You end up not doing anything really effective. And then the last few days of the month, you panic because you didn't hit Success Club. And the whole thing just keeps rolling into the next month and the next month and the next month. So having a plan is really, really important. I am like so type A that I have to have a plan. So maybe for people who aren't like type A, maybe that's fine and you're successful not having a plan. But tonight we're going to talk about having a plan. So I always plan out my month, which again, we'll go over this when everybody has their planner, but I plan out my month like a few days before the month is about to start. So I look at it all and I'm like, okay, I first of all put in like all of our team calls into my calendar, and I look at like Michelle's, like who's my upline, I look at her team calendar, and that kind of helps me create my team calendar for you guys. So make sure you're looking at everyone's team calendar before you start thinking about your marketing plan, because that will have a big effect. Because if there's a coaching sneak peek, for instance, scheduled in the last week of the month, well, you want to be talking about coaching around then. So you want to make sure that your message is in alignment with what you have to offer out to people. So for me, I always want to hit Success Club in the first part of the month, which I'm sure you guys do too. Like, let's just be honest. How nice would it be if at, the 10th of every month, we all were sitting at Success Club 10? Like that would be amazing. It would take away a whole lot of stress and would make this business, a lot more fun and enjoyable, I'm sure. And it's possible to hit Success Club 10 by the 10th every month. Does it happen to me every month? No, but it's about there that I usually do hit my Success Club goal because I'm strategic about it. So what I do is I write out, first of all, figure out when our sneak peek is going to be for coaching. And then I kind of work everything around that. So I have scheduled in a coaching webinar on October 21st. So make sure you guys know about that and have that like in your back pocket, because you're going to want people to be on that webinar or be able to send the recording to people. This is how you're going to build your business, is by recruiting coaches. And you don't have to do it on your own. You can simply send them to the webinar so they could check it out. You follow up with them, you answer questions, or you get on a 3-way call with myself or whoever your upline is. And that's how you will start to build this business. So write that down somewhere so you know the coaching webinar is the 21st of October. So for me personally, I'll talk about my marketing plan and maybe that will help you figure out yours. From October 1st until October 10th, that is my enrollment period for my wellness club. And when I talk about wellness club, that's like my accountability group or my boot camp or my challenge group, like whatever it is you call your group where you put customers, that is when I am promoting it from the 1st until the 10th. And if you have like watched my Instagrams in the last 24 hours, you will see that I'm talking about it. Every single day I'm doing some sort of a story sequence about enrollment. And I'm doing multiple polls to get people to tap that poll so I can reach out to them. So yesterday I did a little sequence during my workout. Today I sat in my car and talked about it. And like, I'll just keep changing it up. I won't keep doing the exact same thing. Sometimes it'll be pretty little stories that I created. Other times it will literally just me being like, hey, you guys, don't forget, like enrollment is opening, or is like open now, closing soon, whatever you want to say. But just change it up. Don't keep doing the exact same way of inviting on your stories, because it might not be effective. Do it at different times of day. Try it in the morning, do one in the evening, like play around with it. Don't be so like the same every single day with how you're inviting through your stories. And then you'll start to realize what works better, what doesn't work better. I actually find that doing like the fancy story sequences never work that well. What works best is me just being like, you guys, like, you got to get in this. This is what you're going to receive. Like, this is who it's for, that kind of thing. So the reason why I did it from October 1st to the 10th is because I took note that us Canadians, we have Thanksgiving on the weekend of the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Like, that's our Thanksgiving weekend. So I really didn't want to be like promoting anything over that weekend because it's Thanksgiving. It just doesn't feel right. And then I am leaving to Arizona for the leadership, like for the 5-star and above, the leadership conference. So I will then be gone for like almost a week. So factor in your life too. Like if you're going on like holidays with your family, factor that into your marketing plan, right? You don't want to be doing like a big enrollment while you're away or right before, because then you're all of a sudden going to be like stressing about all these people you've got to follow up with and get signed up and get into your group, and you're like at Disney or something. Like be mindful of your own personal life and different holidays that are happening. So because I'm going to be at leadership for the first week or for the middle week of the month, that's why I was strategic in placing the new coach work or the coaching webinar on the 21st. Because I know for me personally, I'm going to be sharing tons about coaching while I'm away and building momentum. And then I'm going to hit them with a webinar like the day after I get home. So of course you guys won't be in Arizona, but I would be planning to talk about coaching starting like the 15th to the 22nd or so. So I would write that down somewhere. Like, so this, and if you want to do something completely different than what I'm suggesting, awesome. But what I am doing is from the 1st to the 10th, it's all about my accountability group. And then from the like 15th until the 22nd, it's all about coaching. Not that I don't share my workout and all that stuff, like I do, but my polls are going to be really geared around coaching. My posts are going to be geared around coaching. I'm going to be constantly dropping breadcrumbs about what it is I do as a coach, why I'm still a coach, my story. Like that stuff is what you're going to see in that week leading up to the webinar. And then a couple days before the webinar is when I'm going to be like, hey, you guys, we're actually hosting a webinar, a couple days from now. You can hear all about what it is we do as coaches. Start talking in that language to get people interested. You've just like thrown a bunch of like posts at them and stories all about coaching, and then you invite them through your posts, through your stories, and of course, like in your accountability group, be telling people about the webinar, that sort of thing. So the idea with this whole system is that hopefully, by the 10th of October, which is a week from today, I will have helped 5 women get signed up with a challenge pack so that I will hit Success Club by the 10th. That's in an ideal world. Does it always happen? No. Does it happen? Sometimes. So that's my plan is to create interest in the beginning part of this month and hit Success Club and get at least 5 new people enrolled into my accountability group. And as we approach the 10th, like on the 8th, 9th, and 10th, I'm like, you guys, there's only 2 days left. And of course, if somebody messages me on the 12th and wants in, like, I will always add people and I won't be like, nope, you missed it. See you next month. Like, I will always add people in. But when you create that like FOMO and that urgency, it really does something to people. So if you're just have like enrollment open all the time and there's no sense of urgency, you're not putting that urgency on yourself either. But I do. I'm like, holy crap. Like, I told people that the 10th I was ending enrollment and I have nobody signed up yet. Like, whew, okay, what do I need to do? It makes me like dig in a bit and I put pressure on myself. It's almost like the end of the month for me when I have that like end of enrollment coming up. So I am like putting pressure on myself at the beginning of the month so that I don't have to do it at the end of the month. And then, hopefully I've got to Success Club or close to Success Club. And then I talk about coaching. And hopefully with the coaching webinar, I'll get a couple coaches out of there, which will also provide me with some Success Club points. So, hopefully in the, third week of the month, I've hit Success Club 10 or higher, and I can breathe a sigh of relief. I've filled my challenge group. Like, I've added people to my challenge group. I've added a couple coaches to my team. So now what? Well, I don't just take my foot off the gas and just go, whoo, oh my God, like amazing. I hit my goals early on this month. That feels good. I figure out, okay, now what do I need to do? So you can do a couple different things. You can plan to run a free group for the end of the month, which will help you build your funnel for the following month. Whenever you run a free group, the idea is that you are building trust with people, you're building connection with people, and people get to see how you will support them. So by doing a free group at the end of the month, you're like priming your funnel for the following month. So that is something that you could plan to do, is do like even with Halloween, you could plan, it would be at the beginning of the month, but you could plan like a sugar detox or something like that. Or even like over Halloween, like the 29th, 30th, 31, you could almost do like a stay away from the sugar challenge. Like, everyone's got their Halloween candy bought already, and like hold each other accountable on the 31st to not eat any of your kids' candy. Like, you could do something like that for the end of the month, just have fun with it. And also another thing that I really like to do at the end of the month is I promote the 3-month Beachbody On Demand membership. I friggin' love promoting that because there are so many people that just do not want to commit to anything long term. It's not even necessarily the money, it's like the long-term commitment. But they'll commit to a 3-month membership, especially when we start talking about how like 3 months will take us to the end of the year. Like, you can be strategic in how you talk about the 3-month membership, but it's $39 and they get into my wellness club, which I'm talking about all the time. So if you're talking about your community all the time, and then you offer out a $39 membership deal to get inside of your community, like, that's a big deal. So I find that whenever I do the 39, like 3-month membership, I always get like a nice handful of people that want to join my group with this membership. And I upsell them on the Energize. I'll tell them about Energize. I'll add it into their cart and explain to them why I put it in their cart and that they can take it out if they want. But a lot of them end up keeping it. So I'm getting like volume and commission off of the Energize, which they end up falling in love with. And they get the 3-month membership. And I find that these people then in the following month end up wanting to purchase a challenge pack because they either like Energize or they start hearing about Shakeology, or I invite them to coaching because they're like crushing their workouts in the first couple of weeks. So I invite them to coaching. So that is also how I work on building my funnel. I like get them in with an easy sell, and then I convert them really quickly either into a challenge pack or into coaching, which is ideal. So that's kind of what I do with my month, and I just do that every single month, and it works. And if you if you follow this and you promoted your challenge group in the first part of the month and then you switched to coaching and you still weren't at Success Club, then you open up enrollment again at the end of the month. So that's always an option. That last part of the month is always okay, what do I need? Do I need to fill my funnel? Then I should do a free group. Do I feel like I could probably get some people in with a 3-month membership? Do that. If you're at Success Club 2, you open up enrollment again for your community and you start talking about like challenge packs and how they can get in with, whatever challenge pack you want to talk about. So you need to make it your own, but you need to be really, really intentional in order for this to work. And it does work. And then you're never stuck. You're never at a loss with what to post, what to talk about, because you've got a really concrete plan. And when you can share your story throughout the whole month in relation to what you're promoting, that is what will make it really, really successful. So share your story about health and fitness, like how you used to feel before you were working out, how you feel now, what motivates you to get out of bed. And also then with the coaching, like how has coaching changed you? How has this community changed you? How has the extra income helped? What are your future plans, goals? Like incorporate your story into every single little thing, because that's going to be what draws people in. It's not the products. People are going to be drawn into you because of the story and how they relate to you, which, you can do through your Insta stories so well. So every day I'm almost sharing like a little snippet of my story, like somehow just like reflecting every day. I'm like, okay, how am I feeling right now? How did I used to feel? What am I struggling with? Because I know if I'm just really honest, there are other people who feel the exact same way and are going to relate to me. Just have to mute someone here. Okay. So does anybody have questions about any of that? Like, is that helpful to you guys, or is that something that you already do? Or is there anything that you're like getting hung up on? You can unmute yourself or use the chat.
Megan, I just want to say something about the $39 thing.
Yes.
So that does work into like converting people to challenge packs. I've had like 4 people this month that bought the 39 membership in the summer that have all bought challenge packs this week because it was coming up for a renewal. And I'm like, you can get the work challenge pack for $20 off. It's a total no-brainer. And they were like, sign me up. So it is worth it to promote the $39 one here and there.
Yeah, it is. I totally agree. I have the best luck with like converting these people. I think they just fall so in love with the workouts for some reason when I don't know why, they just don't get hung up on anything else. It's like, okay, I love these workouts. And if you are tracking your customers and when they're approaching that 3-month membership, you can say like, I just want to let you know, you're going to be charged another 3 months. If you wanted to upgrade to a different package, you can. And of course, always like every customer of yours, unless you like really don't like the person, you should be telling them about the coaching opportunity within their first couple of weeks. Get them when they're like so excited and they're still on that like high of, oh my God, I'm making massive changes in my life. This feels amazing. Like get them then, because that's when they're going to be more likely to say yes. Before this journey has gotten hard for them, before they've fallen off the wagon, before they've come up with excuses of why working out is getting too hard for them. Like get them in while they're pumped up. So I'm always like looking at, okay, who were my challengers? Like who joined into my group in the last few weeks? Because those are going to be the people who I want to invite to coaching this week. So it's all about being intentional, strategic, and tracking stuff. Anyone else have any questions about that? Any comments? Does anybody feel like they do actually do this and have some feedback on it? Or like, how are you guys finding your months? And yeah, if anybody wants to share. Oh my God, puking kids. I just saw that. Stacy has puking kids. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, if you guys don't have anything else, that was just 30 minutes, which was kind of my intention. But if you guys have any questions at all for me on anything, you can go ahead and we can chat about that right now. Yes, Jessica, I am going to, like, this planner is going to become our life, all of us together. So you might have missed it, but I did say, like, the first call of every month, I want to really dedicate to the planner, just to hold ourselves accountable, because I have to hold myself accountable to the reflection part of the previous month. There's like a huge section on where you like go through and like answer questions, and it makes you dig deep into what works, what doesn't work, what you want. And I think that if we just dedicate a team call to that stuff, like this is the one from last month. So like you can see the detail that goes into it, but it's so effective. Like it is so worth the time that it takes. And then yes, we will do like a whole call on like going through the planner and utilizing all the stuff at the beginning. As soon as you do get your planner, make sure you tag me on Instagram. Take a photo, tag me on Instagram. And just start reading through it. Like don't get overwhelmed, to start reading through it, and we'll tackle it all together. But it's so good. Danielle, yes, Danielle, you had like, I'm gonna go back to this because I just want to make sure I didn't answer any questions. Yes, Janelle does this. Yes, Laura, I find that the non-fitness groups still build your funnel. The thing is, we're not like, I'm not a fitness person. I don't know. And I'm going to assume that a lot of you guys aren't either. Like, just because we're coaches does not mean now we're like the fitness expert and I'm like now a fit person. Like, yes, I work out, but I would way rather connect with people on other things. So if you're into like organizing, do like a 5-day organize your pantry group. Like that will get people into your funnel. I've done like a mommy mindset group. I've done like an intimacy group. I've done like, I feel like I've done every single group, and it always brings people into my funnel, because how you get people into your funnel is by connecting with them. That's it. Doesn't matter what if you can connect with somebody and get them to relate to you and get them to like you and trust you, they're going to want to do whatever it is you're doing. I promise you. So run a free group on whatever like lights you up. Morning routines light me up, so I do that. Frig, I feel like I could do one on planners, because planners really light me up apparently. But yeah, just do a free group on anything. Don't make it long. 3 to 5 days max is my advice. And there's so many templates, so you don't have to create anything. Just ask around. Someone has a free group on this team that you can be added to, and you can just take all the content. Okay, Danielle, will you share a little bit about, I know you're going to be like, Megan, don't make me talk.
No, so I jumped on the FitNeat call on Monday or Tuesday or whenever it was, and it was really kind of random because I think I was on there like 1 or 2 minutes late, but Amy explained it to me that what they do is they kind of like set a timer, they put like pumped up music on, and then they all just invite. And she set out 3 or 4 different invite methods, and it was for whether you're inviting coaches or friends or whatever. And then she just said, okay, invite. And she didn't she said, don't add followers, don't scroll your feed, just invite. And I forget who else was on that call, but she said she signed 2 people during that call, 2 coaches. And I sent out, I don't know how they sent out as many as they did. Like they were saying like 20 and 30. I sent out 12, but I signed up 1 for sure. And I have 2 people in my funnel just from that. And I've been struggling for like the last month at least too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it. So good. Is that something that she's gonna do frequently? Did she mention?
I don't know. She did it last week too, though.
Okay.
She likes it.
Yeah, I might message her and just see what her plan is with that moving forward. Because obviously it was really effective for you, so that's awesome. Even just having that like dedicated, like, okay, I am inviting, like putting that pressure on yourself, like this is the only thing I am doing for this chunk of time.
Well, I was sitting there and I was like, well, everyone's inviting. I better start inviting. Maybe I can't invite as many as of them, but I should try.
It was pretty effective. 12, like 1 out of 12 with 2 other potential. So that's awesome. Good job. Okay. Anyone else have anything you want to chat about or any questions? Okay. Well, I hope you guys have a good night and thanks for jumping on. See you guys. Oh, did anybody get a picture? Oh, you did, Laura? Okay. Tag me. Oh, Jessica's going to take one. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, guys.